Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapter number 10, Prahlad, the best amongst the exalted devotees, and text number 24. Shri Narado Vacha Prahlado api tatha chakre Pityuryat samparayikam Yatha Bhagavan Rajan Abhishikto Dvijatimibhi. Shri Narado Vacha Prahlado api tatha chakre Pituryat samparayikayakam Yatha Bhagavan Rajan Abhishikto Dvijatibihi. Shri Narado Vacha Prahladapi Tatha Chakre Pituryat Samparayikam Yatha Bhagavan Rajan Abhishikto Dvijatibihi. Shri Narada Muni continued, Prahlad Maharaj, api also, tatha in that way, chakre executed, pituhu of his father, yet whatever, samparayikam, ritualistic ceremonies performed after death. Yatha, even as, aha, ordered, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rajan, O King Yudhishthira, Abhishiktaha, he was enthroned in the kingdom, Dvijatibihi, by the Brahmanas present. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Shri Narada Muni continued, thus as the Supreme Personality of God had ordered, Prahlad Maharaj performed the ritualistic ceremonies for his father. O King Yudhishthira, he was then enthroned in the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu as directed by the Brahmanas. It is essential that the society be divided into 4 groups of men, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas and Shudras. Here we see that although Prahlad was perfect in every respect, he nonetheless followed the instructions of the Brahmanas who performed the ritualistic Vedic rituals. Therefore, in the society there must be a very intelligent class of leaders who are well versed in the Vedic knowledge so that they can guide the entire populace to follow the Vedic principles and thus gradually become the most perfect and eligible to return home back to Godhead. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitanjena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Shri Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swamin-Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Narada Vacha Prahlado api chakre tatha chakre pitturya samparayikam yatha Bhagavan Rajan abhishikto dvidati bihi. Sri Narad Muni continued, thus as the Supreme Personality of Godhead ordered, Prahlad Maharaj performed the ritualistic ceremonies for his father. O King Yudhishthira, he was then enthroned in the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu as directed by the Brahmanas. So Srila Prabhupada emphasizes the importance of the four varnas, and this four varnas would be practically be led by the first, which is called Brahmana, and without that the functionality of this body will not work. This body is of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the same time, it is also for a spiritual institution like ISKCON. And you will be surprised that, yes, we are progressing towards that end. First, our GBC was emphasizing the Shastric committee to be the head, but nonetheless it should be made up of Brahmanas. And somehow or other something happened and it didn't go along. So now they are thinking a broader committee of, or broader group of Brahmanas to always keep a check and balance for the total welfare of the society or the body. And the Brahmins are supposed to be intelligent class of people, and they should be well versed in the Shastras. That is the first requirement. But at the same time, here is the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Nrsingadev ordered that you must perform the Shraddha ceremony of your father. Why one should not take chances? Because in material life, the activities done is predominantly in the mode of ignorance, because that's the way the material body is acquired, out of ignorance. The other modes, like mode of goodness and passion, they may be acting according to the time. In Satya Yuga, mode of goodness was prevalent, but in Kali Yuga, more ignorance is prevalent. So in this way, the situation warrants us to have some remedy in case everything goes hayward, out of control. How to manage? In management of the entire society, the Brahminical society, even though they are not managers, they are supposed to be the guide for the executors of the management. So that is Kshatriya. So therefore, the Vedic system was established in that way. And Krishna is giving the order, Chatur Varnyam Maya Srushtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha Tasya Kartaram Viddhim Akartaram Avyayam. Krishna is inexhaustible non-doer. Even though he creates, he remains non-doer. That is his system. You can't put him into Varnashram system. Even though when he comes in a form of incarnation, doesn't matter. The spirituality will always make him afloat of the three modes of material nature. So he does not belong to any caste or creed. That's how transcendence has to be achieved for the general public welfare, by putting up the Brahmanas to discriminate for the reality. And thus, Prahlad Maharaj's only desire for that benediction is that he was supposed to stay within this demons who are predominantly in mode of ignorance, and serve them to bring up to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So that was the only desire. So, but then how to execute even in the kingdom of demons? Prahlad Maharaj was anointed as the king. And that performance was done by the Brahmanas. Otherwise, as such, Prahlad Maharaj was well qualified. He was a transcendental personality, but he accepted this physical norms of performance of the society, and it is executing all the requirements, all the necessary aspect to achieve that particular goal. So when Srila Prabhupada formed ISKCON, he had this setup in mind. But the immediate necessity is to instill transcendence through chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he instilled and performed miracles in establishing the body. First comes life, then comes the body. Life is ever existing, so it does not enter after. No, first comes life. So similarly, when ISKCON is formed, Prabhupada kept this formation of Daivi Varnashram system. Why? Because the aspect of spirituality has to be predominant. So in the beginning, it's like a chaotic situation. People were, after the material power. Puja, man, and everything was there. Then it was to be shut down and put up a kind of a rebellion against. So there was some social uproar, and ISKCON has to pass through that too. Then there were the reformative years started almost 10 years back, and gradually everything is coming into the shape. So unless and until we get a reverse in Kali Yuga, the spiritual instructions are not going to work. They are important, they can be instilled any time, but because the age of Kali is predominantly exerting its ignorant influence, it will be destructive. But the sanity is already given by the guidance through the order of the Supreme Lord. And if Prahlad Maharaj observes that, even though he was well qualified, he was in total transcendence, right from the birth. So we are getting a very good and healthy message, and we must work according to that. Such Brahminical society should be in every ISKCON temple. Such Kshatriya society should be there. But everybody is a Vaishnava. Vaishnavism should be at the heart, and functionality has to be diversified and according to the quality of the body and the influence of the three modes of material nature on it, person is inclined to work naturally. It's not an artificial arrangement. But because he is a Vaishnava, he is expected to do anything and everything. So it will keep the balance. Where do you need? But most of the time, so far we have experienced that we end up in a crash management. Crash management. And a time has to come that the crash management has to be stopped. And well organized, well planned according to the Vedic system can be implemented. And that is what Srila Prabhupada's desire for the devotees, his disciples and grand disciples. It means every disciple are his disciples, at least Siksha disciples, and they have to execute this order. 50% work of his, which is not fulfilled, and that is to establish the Daivi Varnashram system. So, even though we see that Prahlad Maharaj is very obedient, but he is respectful to the order, that's why he is obedient. Obedience doesn't come otherwise. He is very respectful. Otherwise, is there any need for Prahlad Maharaj to go through these ritualistic activities? No, but for yesterday we were talking about Loka Sangraham, for the welfare of the general populace. The principle of spirituality predominates, and the instructions are pertinent to the four classes of men and their activities. So such instructions have to be taken as a wholesome, implementation. Prabhupada expects by the reason that the Brahmanas are supposed to perform the Vedic rituals. And Vedic rituals are not karmakand. They are for aiming to the salvation of the soul. That soul be re-established back home, back to Godhead, not anywhere else. So that is the destiny, is already determined. Otherwise, why Krishna would say that Mama Vartamanu Vartante Manushyaha Partha Sarasa? The path leading to the destiny has already been chalked up. But we have to follow. Krishna says, directly or indirectly, if they violate, still it's an indirect way, because they will get the lessons and they will retract and they will try the another one. If there is a wrong path in execution, then there is a repercussions. There are reactions coming, and they have to be tolerated. That reactions are there. In every phase you see, it is for the betterment of the soul to promote towards Krishna consciousness. People die. Generally, people read Garud Puran to him. I mean, just to remind him. Now, Garud Puran details in how the soul has to go through a very troublesome path of reactions through the hellish conditions. So, hell and what is the suffering there, everything is so detailed, and it will make the soul fearful to bring him to the understanding that he committed mistake, he will have to pay, and but he will have also to get chance to come to Krishna consciousness. It's not an like eternal hell, just like Christian says, eternal condemnation. No. Hell and heaven are what you call perceived as the earth is being perceived. Do you believe in hell or heaven? It's not a question of belief, because they are temporary. Why the whole material world? Hetu nanena kaunteya jagadvi parivartate. There is no cause besides Krishna's plan that the whole material world is revolving. Jagat parivartan. So there is a rule called transformation is the rule of this material world. Because only through transformation one can get a proper chance to come to the point of understanding with the cultivation of Brahminical understanding, that you have to go beyond being a Brahman, and that is a Vaishnava. So, the path has been thus chalked out by Lord Krishna himself. So here, Lord Nrsingadev is already ordered Prahlad. Okay, Prahlad, I'll fulfill your desires. You become the king. You have to conduct this hellish planet, Haryashva. What Prahlad was given that particular land. So Haryashva. And it is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, I think, 6th canto, and the planet of Haryashva under the leadership of Prahlad Maharaj. There they pray to Lord Nrsingadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsinghaya Namaste Jaste Jase Aviravirbhav Vajranakha Vajradranshtra Karmashayan Randaya Randaya Tamograsa Grasa Om Swaha Abhayam Abhayam Atmani Bhuishtham Om Kshram. This is a powerful mantra. It says, I offer my obeisances to Lord Nrsingadev, who has nails and teeth like thunderbolts. Kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world, so that we become fearless in the struggle for existence. Now, Nrsingadev is being prayed to vanquish our demon-like desires. desires are coming, generated by the soul. So the soul, under the bewilderment through the three modes of material nature and with a material body, he is so much confused. So he doesn't know where to guide, and his mind is thus remaining turbulent. So these desires are coming out even by permutation and combination in the form of dreams, which are not factual. Spiritual dream is not a dream because it should be in wake state, subconscious state, or unconscious state remains the same. Then and then it will be a spiritual dream. But when it is temporary, then why should we bank upon it to go mental? Oh, I have a dream of Srila Prabhupada. Oh, I have a dream of this and that. And Krishna was playing with, Are, forget it, Baba. These are temporary. It is because of the turbulent mind is not controlled, and at random it is mixing up this feeling. Right? So, daydreamers or night dreamers, what is the difference? Stop dreaming. Become alert. And what is required, that these desires which combine by permutation and combinations, they make everything is hallucinatory. It is not factual, it is hallucinatory. You can't prove it. So, if we stop that and stop being mental, remain intellectual, that is the discriminatory faculty. Brahmanas are supposed to use this discriminatory faculty on the basis of distinguishing the sat and asat. And Krishna gives that definition. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate asat. Bhava means the existence, that for the reality, for the real there is no cessation, and for the unreal there is no endurance. So this discrimination, Brahmanas have to work in favor of Krishna consciousness. Therefore they can guide the general populace towards Krishna consciousness. They do not, what we call, compromise with the situation. Because they are Brahmanas. They are well versed. Why would they misguide or do compromise? Prabhupada never compromised with anything. Right from his childhood, he had a habit. Prabhupada wanted puris, and mother said, forget it, it's too late, you can't digest. But Prabhupada, in the young child, I want puris, so give me puris. And his father will come. Did you hear? He wants puris, so make puris. And that's about it. No compromise. So, in spirituality, why should we compromise? Prabhupada never compromised. Even International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he put up. Otherwise, people were suggesting, Prabhupada, the generic name like International Society for God Consciousness is very, very good. Prabhupada says, no. If you bring God consciousness, then they will bring all different kinds of gods and make a mess. Krishna is God, and spell it out. Why should we compromise? And he is right. So that's why the spiritual strength of our society has to be exhibited. And this society is supposed to work out, even in the long run. Nonetheless, but we have to try improvising it. Even our lifetime GBCs are accepting this norm. It is very welcome. It's said in the proverb, well begun is half done. So rest assured, we will fall into all this system guided by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Nrsimhadev. So why should we fear? The whole tract of Hariyashva was chanting this prayer and invoking the mercy of Lord Nrsimhadev. We should also chant in order to remove all different kinds of fears and condemnation or ostracization. Because anything that is emerging as a desire that is demoniac in nature, because it will lead to the desires lead us to speak up. Then speaking comes into actions. What is in mind? Manasa. Vacha means comes in the tongue, and karmana. 3. So when it's exhibited through the activities, it what we call bad, but it is demoniac, which is not promoting Krishna consciousness. So we should refrain from all these activities that lead us towards our condemnations. So this is very important. We have to follow, and the Brahminical society is supposed to guide. So at every aspect, there is a check and balance has to be kept when a resolution is passed. Nowadays, the resolution has to be shown to the lawyers, but it should go in the hands of Brahman. We have to show whether the resolution is anti-governmental or pro-governmental, or it does not disturb, or we are in lawful binding situation. Otherwise, our annual AGM is coming, and all these norms have to be, observed. But Brahminical society is necessary. And that's what Srila Prabhupada expected. So he requested that all the temple presidents should assemble to ratify the resolutions GBC made. It worked for 1 or 2 years, then it became difficult for all the presidents to come. And then subsequently there were other processes, but none is working. So therefore, this is called Brahman Sabha is being now formed. And it will have to take up this particular task of ratifying through the eyes of Shastra, and it will become a very good channelization for our activity, and it will be helpful in long run. So this particular desire of Srila Prabhupada is being fulfilled, and we are happy that ISKCON is progressing towards that end for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. So, otherwise the understanding which is simply conveyed by Srila Prabhupada is that therefore in the society there must be a very intelligent class of leaders who are well versed in the Vedic knowledge so that they can guide the entire populace to follow the Vedic principles and thus gradually become most perfect and eligible to return home back to Godhead. This is the only aim and objective. Everyone wants to go home back to Godhead. It's ingrained in us because Prabhupada gave the guarantee. Prabhupada gave such a system that even simply by taking prasadam, he said, you will crawl on your stomach to go back home, back to Godhead. Yes. The aim is Godhead, and nothing else. So, because it's Shastric, Prabhupada had these visions, and we have to implement these visions. It's not automatic, but we have to work for it. We have to improvise, and but check and balance system has to be put into practice. So, anybody has any question? You have some other ideas?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the lecture. This is about what you mentioned about the dreams that we may have some time a dream of Srila Prabhupada or a dream of Bhagavad-Gita, but I didn't exactly understand what you were explaining about that. But if I understood that, you were saying something like it is not necessarily very meaningful.
Can you control the dreams?
No.
Then, if you get a dream of Srila Prabhupada or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will be enthused on that particular day. But then your mind is so much accustomed to depend upon dream only that unless the dream comes, you will not remain enthusiastic. It's another habit which is not continuous. We are supposed to perform all the devotional activities continuously. Uninterrupted and unmotivated devotional service. So dreams are going to interfere. Right? It will make you limited. You may remain enthusiastic. Oh, Prabhupada came in and he encouraged me so much. Good. But let it be every day, not only someday. And you cannot manufacture dreams. Right? It is the mental activity that combines different thoughts and can make a new pattern of the thought by mixing up different ideas or whatever is locked in your memories. It randomly combines. And the dreams come only after 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So it depends upon how much you were active, So certain period of some resting of the mind, which is always agile, starts automatic combination of different ideas and put in form of dream. If people are naturally having such dreams, but we don't depend upon it. If we start depending upon our dream, then something else will come. Yes, if such spiritual order comes from the dream, but it is very rare. Our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he got ordered, in the dream by Nityanand Prabhu, go to Vrindavan and your desire will be fulfilled. We are constantly reading about Prabhupada because we are in the movement, constantly. And sometimes all these thoughts combine in a new form and presented in the dream. But you become enlightened. Oh, Prabhupada came in my dream. But what did he say? Did he order you to do anything? No. So, again, because it is mental origin, it is a part of sentimentality. Right? If it comes every day, our life will be changed. But it doesn't. Because we are not in control of the mind. How are we in control of the dream? So, that is the idea. I am not condemning a dream. I wish I would have dream of Srila Prabhupada every day. But unfortunate am I hardly had any dream of Srila Prabhupada. Anyway, as far as dream is concerned, Srila Prabhupada said that this Jiva, he fell from the grace of Supreme Personality of Godhead and came into the material life. It is also a dream. It's also a dream. If you become Krishna conscious, then the dream will be over. Right? But this material world, material creation, everything is a dream. But the factuality is that it is real too. But make it permanent real during your existence in this material body. Make it real, and everything will become Vrindavan. Your heart will be Vrindavan, your mind will be Vrindavan, your activities will be like Vrindavan. Where is the difference? So, there are ways people interpret. But our aim and objective should remain the same, going back home, back to Godhead. Why? Because this phase is of dreaming. Any other question or comment? Yes? Yeah.
You told that Brahmanas have some kind of mental power to distinguish what is right and what is wrong. But we don't know this knowledge, we don't have. So when we deal with the material, like people in this material world who are not engaged in spirituality, we don't know how to deal. And also, we are not so much advanced in spiritual life that we can also think about that. But when we try to follow the spiritual rules and regulations, there also we do some kind of mistakes. So, like it is also very much we also feel I also feel very scared about that, because a little mistakes in the Dharma also can be a big issue. So sometimes it feels like some kind of madness, like we don't able to think and we don't able to know like what we are doing, and sometimes it feels very much like I don't know. So can you explain that how to execute such kind of like problems if we are?
I think that's why we need a guru. But it is for remaining straight on the spiritual path. All right? Straight means this is the direct. There are so many situations will come that will make you off track. But at every instant, the spiritual discrimination has to be brought in. And therefore, on our own, we will not be able to make through. We need spiritual guidance. We need such help that is beneficial for long term, not for short term. A guru is not a short-term gap, what do we call problem fixer. No.
So can it take only one lifetime or 2 lifetimes or more than that?
May take as much as you want. Prabhupada said you can become Krishna conscious in 10 minutes even, or 10 seconds. It didn't take Khatwang Maharaj more than a second to become Krishna conscious. So the idea is that Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyashu Sre Uttamam. Shreya, long-term benefit. Uttamam, which is on the factual path of absolute truth. Udgataha tama. Tama means ignorance. So it should take us on to the point of reality. For that purpose, you have to approach a bona fide spiritual master, not for anything else. Guru Maharaj, I don't have a job, please pray for me. That is so. Anything else?
In our society,
Hold on. Speaker.
Hare Krishna. In our society, most of the Brahman initiated are working outside, most of them are professionally engaged, so many of them are working under Manisha and Brahmanas also. So which one we should consider?
Don't worry about many. Some may come up, and that we want to select and make an intelligent society. Good?
Don't cease to talk, we request everyone.
Hello?
Don't cease to talk.
Krishna wants us to fully surrender to him, but because of lack of understanding and not very perfect sadhana, they are not able to fully surrender.
this is two things. Both they are interrelated. Faith and sadhana. But how to simultaneously improve both the things? How to increase faith and sadhana simultaneously?
Sadhana and what?
Faith, 100% faith.
Faith.
100% faith. We have faith, but not 100%. If we have 100% faith, we will fully surrender to Krishna.
Where does the faith going to come?
So that's my question. How to increase the faith?
Association generates faith. Association maintains the faith. Association with that devotees will help you to conduct your sadhana, and association of that devotees will take out your anarthas also. Everything is done through the association. Aren't you social? But this is also society. The aim of this society is spiritual. So unless and until you have that kind of faith, Shraddha Shabdeshu Drada Vishwas Karanishchay Krishne Karile Bhakti Krishne Bhakti Karile Sarva Karma Krataho. That is the core. Do everything as Krishna Bhakti. That's a challenge. If you can follow the spiritual master and the guide of Srimad Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada's instruction, you will go through. That's the guarantee Prabhupada gave. So intellectually you can compare. Anybody else gave that kind of guarantee except Krishna? Nobody. So Prabhupada and Krishna are in alignment. You intellectually also establish within your heart. Then you will have that faith. After all, you have to trust somebody. Don't put your trust without check and balance.
This material life, we have association more of material than of devotees. So that is how more that than a devotee's association.
Anadi kaler bahirmukha hanachi. From time immemorial you have been associating with the material nature. So how is it all of a sudden that you are going to give up? Increase your bhakti-mukhi sukruti. Increase. And then you will come. Yeah. Is it a long question? Then you have to come probably at my place. Don't take their time much. They are going to be hungry.
So then I have to try to make it short.
Yeah, later on.
Otherwise, don't answer them.
Don't worry.
Hare Krishna. Right? Anyway, I'm talking about Prahlad Maharaj. When you read about Prahlad Maharaj, you see he's such an exalted devotee, very small and full of devotional service. Of course, this is the fact. This came because while he was developing in the smart mount, Narad Muni came. My question: is it ever possible to approach to get the slightest amount of devotional service for me, for a devotee, if you are not blessed by Narad Muni, because he was very blessed by Narad Muni.
Oh my God, you got to wait for Narad Muni to come? Or those who want to represent Narad Muni, you should follow them. You will take long time. I don't want.
Because we can try as hard as we want.
No.
But he was blessed. When he ever reached
Don't worry. You have a small Prahlad in you, you have to inflame it. Okay? Everybody is potentially devotee because they are all parts and parcels of Lord Krishna. Why do you make yourself so much exceptional? You are lucky that you are in association with so many devotees, but you are not taking seriously and getting initiated and make further progress. All right, so thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.